Some breaking news on today's show. Ravens kicker Justin Tucker got accused by over 6 different massage therapists for inappropriate sexual behavior. Jonas Shafer of the Baltimore Banner is the one who broke the story, and that's what we're talking about today on Ravens Rundown. You know, it's my job to cover this team night in, night out, every single day of the year, and I love that part of my job, but also these are the parts that I don't like, right? I hate having to talk about this kind of stuff, but man, this is a really big story for the Baltimore Ravens. And Jonas Shafer, again, was the one who broke the news on Twitter. They released an article on the Baltimore Banner. Feel free to read up on that yourself. Says a new Baltimore Banner investigation. Ravens kicker Justin Tucker has been accused of inappropriate sexual behavior by 6 massage therapists. And then the Baltimore Banner themselves tweeting this out. Ravens kicker Justin Tucker's behavior was so egregious, 2 massage therapists say they ended his sessions early. 2 spas say they banned him. Now, within the story, it says that this all took place between 2012 and 2016. And if you're looking for an opinion on this, if you're looking for anything but facts, if you're looking for how I feel, you're not going to find that right here. On today's episode, we're just going to go over the facts. We're just going to talk about what we know and what possibly the future might hold for Justin Tucker in the Baltimore Ravens. Let's talk a little bit more about what Jonas Shafer had to say about the matter in his article. It says 6 massage therapists at 4 high-end spas and wellness centers told the Banner that Tucker, one of the Ravens' most popular players and perhaps the greatest NFL kicker ever, repeatedly exposed his genitals and in 2 instances touched therapists with his genitals. 2 of the spas said that they banned him from returning. Going on saying lawyers for Tucker denied the allegations, calling them false and spurious. And the attorneys Thomas A. Clare and Steven J. Harrison of the firm Clare Locke said Justin Tucker had never been banned from the 2 spas and that all the therapists' claims about his behavior were speculative and unfair. And guys, this is exactly why I'm not going to give my true thoughts on this matter, because as of right now, it's he said, she said. Right? Justin Tucker's attorneys are claiming one thing. These spas are claiming another thing. And the Baltimore Banner's got the whole story on it. Again, go check out that article if you want. But these are all alleged claims, right? These are all alleged things that have happened. And it's going to go into an investigation. And I hope that either for these victims' sake or for Justin Tucker's sake, that you know, the investigation brings a little bit of light to this matter. But again, this was something that happened from 2012 to 2016, and you're just now hearing about it. And Jonas Shafer went on to say a little bit more about the investigative process, saying, because the NFL's investigative process can take months, if not longer, Tucker's immediate future could be left to Ravens officials. The allegations could pose a unique test of decade-old team policy. And that's really, I think, where this decision is going to come from, is from this front office, is from this organization, is from the owner, it's from John Harbaugh. And we've seen how John Harbaugh and this front office have handled these types of situations in the past, right? When you look back at the time with Ray Rice, he was only suspended 6 games from the NFL, but it was the Baltimore Ravens that decided to release him, right? When you look back at that time, the NFL was saying, you know what, this is worth a 6-game suspension. And John Harbaugh said, no, this is a violation of team conduct, of team policy, and therefore you're going to be released, right? And Ray Rice was a massive part of this team's success in the early 2010s. That was not an easy decision to make, definitely was not a decision that benefited that football team. But from a leadership perspective of the guys in this organization that are running this franchise, I love the fact that they've got a zero tolerance policy, right? They didn't let the investigation totally come to a close before they made their decision. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see that same kind of thing happen here. Again, don't know the full effect of everything yet. The NFL is going to have an investigation. I'm sure the Baltimore Ravens are going to do their own kind of their own efforts to try to make loose ends meet, try to figure out what's going on and figure out this situation at a further depth. But Justin Tucker right now, I believe his hands or his fate lies in the hands of this front office. His fate lies in the hands of this team. And sure, he's going to say all that he's going to say, right? He's going to make all the claims that he's going to make, but at the end of the day, it's this front office and this franchise that I believe is going to determine his fate. Because, like talked about in that last quote, right, the NFL's investigation, it takes a really long time. Let's throw it back to just last summer, or excuse me, not even last summer, it was about last spring, almost this time last year, the whole Rashee Rice driving incident. Rashee Rice played this entire season, okay? And it was one of those situations where he was literally caught on camera. You could see his car. You could see the wreck. You could see him flee the scene. And yet the NFL investigation was taking a very long time. And I feel like we'll find out more about the Rashee Rice situation this upcoming summer. But he played the entirety of the season. The only time he didn't was because he was injured. Okay? And let's go back even further, right? To the Ezekiel Elliott investigation from the NFL back in, I believe it was around 2018, right? They suspended him, they acted early, and then he was found not guilty, okay? And so I think the NFL has kind of taken a new stance on this, and when these types of things happen, saying we'd rather take a long time with our investigation to make sure that we have all the facts, all the evidence, and know 100% what happened than react quickly. Okay, respond quickly, suspend a player when we might go on and further find out later on that they weren't even guilty. Okay, so I'm sure it's going to take that, the NFL is going to take that same approach. They're going to launch their own investigation for this. But I truly believe and I truly think that if John Harbaugh, this owner, this general manager, this entire front office, if they all believe that, you know what, we're not even going to tolerate this. Let's just not even make this a topic of discussion. Let's not even have this being run around in our team facility and anything like that. Let's just cut our ties right now and let's release him. I would not be surprised to see that happening. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. This was a little bit of a shorter video, just trying to give you the facts as they have come to me and just kind of give a little bit of perspective on how this entire investigation might go. Thanks so much for tuning in. This has been the Ravens Rundown. I am your host, Joey Peterson. If you guys haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for the latest in the Baltimore Ravens.